Hello everybody and welcome to ABD Stadium as round 16 of NPL Victoria continues as Hume City host Altona and what shapes to be a big clash between two sides with finals aspirations. It is Hume City after drawing away to Oakley Cannons last week in a 1-1 draw back at home, and it is Altona who have suffered severe injuries this season but still in the fight for finals. Last week they went down at home to a last minute goal against the Melbourne Knights, and it is Hume City in the red, it is Altona in the white, and we can just quickly go through the starting lineups for both sides. And it is for Hume City, Michael Weir in goal with a back four of Giddy Sweet, Hayden Tennant, Paul Wilson and Mark Ochang. In midfield, it's Harry Monaghan and Ben Bowler with Stephen Hewitt just in front of them. Out wide is James Brown, Matthew Lazaridis and George Howard up top, with James Kaperanowski, Danny Dixon, Umut Buzdugan, Theo Markellis and Marco Delic on the bench. For Altona Magic, they make two changes to the starting lineup last week, with new signing from Port Melbourne, Michael Lee, into the starting lineup, and Liram Almazi is back from suspension. In goal, it's Shane Vidakangas with Michael Lee, Johnny Storjovski, Dane Milovanovic, Liram Almazi, Troy Ruthven, Kobe Bohini, Mariano Gasparis, Daniel Kuzinski, Rob Stambolziev and Hassan Jalla up top. On the bench is backup keeper Rory Curran, Sam Mitchington, Yasin Noor, David Trajanovski and Davor Trifonov. My name is Chris Gleeson as both sides now breaking from the huddle, and it's great to bring into the NPL Victoria streams for the first time. He was a former assistant coach here at Hume City and then over at Northcote last season, and now joining Pascoe Vale, it is David Chick. Welcome.
Hey, thanks Chris, thanks for having us. Looking forward to this.
It should be an excellent game as we're just about ready for kick-off. In NPL Victoria, the second game to kick off today, as Green Gully and Bentley Greens scored late in that game to get a 1-1 draw. And we are away at ABD Stadium. Now, Chicky, Hume City have had an excellent season. They've been in a real strong run with, in all competitions, 4 wins and 2 draws, defeating Heidelberg, the Bentley Greens along the way and the Melbourne Knights. So Hume City go into this with plenty of confidence.
Yeah, I think they'd be slight favourites today. Obviously at home, they've got a great record, playing some good football, some boys really in form for them. James Brown in particular, getting on the score sheet really regularly. So should be some goals in this, hopefully.
And speaking of goals, Altona have been strong scorers, but they've shipped a lot as well. 30 goals for, 30 goals against. They haven't been able to put out the same back four most weeks with a plethora of injuries that they've suffered.
Yeah, they've had some pretty serious injuries, some lengthy ones. Obviously, Ross Archibald was a huge loss because he would have been a big player for them at the back, bags of experience. So they'll definitely miss him. Obviously, McGarry not in the team as well, in that DM position. Loads of experience again, so a little bit different for them, but some good opportunities for the boys stepping in.
And it is Hume City through Tennant. Mark Ochang, who's come in as a mid-season signing, tried to play the ball through to Ben Bowler, and it's taken a deflection, and Hume City will get the early corner in this game. And as always, we are live and interactive on Facebook, so you can always drop through a comment towards us and let us know what you think. As we wait for Hume to take this early corner, Stephen Hewitt's delivery has been excellent, the former Burnley man from England. There's Vidakangas. Sets his defence up and we wait for the Hume delivery.
Oh, sure.
Could be flicked on. Still alive, the snapshot comes in. Altona get it off the line. Ochang, no foul given. And Jalal will try to move it forward. Hume get it back. Ball to the back post, and it's a good take there by Vidakangas.
Bit of early pressure from Hume. Not the delivery he probably would have wanted. Looked like he slipped there from the corner.
As Altona through Ruthven. Ball forward, Ochang tried to cut it off. Kuczynski was there, and it will go out for a Hume City throw. As the first of many airplanes flies above here, as close proximity to the airport. Every time I commentate Hume, I have to let us know how close we are to the airport.
Yeah, I remember coaching here. They like to interrupt you in the important parts. They're very frequent.
Over the top, looking for Lazaridis, and I believe the offside flag probably would have gone up, but the pass was too strong and out for a goal kick.
Hume have pushed on here, looking to stop them playing out.
So we wait for Vitikangas to restart the game. You can see with Altona, they haven't really got that real target man. They've had a few that have been injured. John McShane, who's got injured back in round one, is a few weeks away still.
Yeah, they'll be looking to bring him back in. Obviously, they've had a bit of bad luck in that position. And they say they do normally have the big guy at the top, someone to hit, someone who can bring others into play. And I'm sure they'll be looking to get him back as soon as possible.
It was a solid challenge there from Tennant as Kuczynski was making his way towards goal. One thing they do got is pace up front.
A bit of a signature tackle there from Tennant. He's known to go in pretty hard.
Well, we do have many of Hayden Tennant fans on the stream normally comment through for the love of the Hume youngster, and Altona's done well to cross it towards goal. Headed up in the air by Lazaridis. Bowler comes back to Lazaridis. Hume could start a counter-attack here. James Brown trying to play it behind the defence. It's going to find its way for Howard, but in the end it's offside flag goes up.
A great opportunity there for Hume. 4 players getting forward really quickly against 3 Altona defenders. So be careful of that Altona. Hume very quick on the break this season.
Over the top. It's cut out by Tennant. The layoff from Hewitt will find a teammate in Brown. And now Ochang on the overlap outside. Good sliding challenge. Sees it out for a throw. So Hume City, the fast start in this game. Ball goes to Brown. And the foul has been given against Brown for handling the ball, expecting the foul himself. Many attackers do that when they think it's that obvious.
Yeah, a little unlucky there. Looked like there might have been a small bit of contact. So yeah, you normally get them if you grab hold of it. you tend to get it, but not this time.
But in the end, it's Altona who can move out of defence. Mariano Gasparis back to his goalkeeper. Now Almazi, as I said, back in the starting lineup after missing the night's game through suspension. Looking to find Bohini. Ball cut out. Baller up in the air. Jalal will fight with it with Lazaridis, who shields it away. Ball forward, can't find Brown, and now the field opens up for Altona. Slojewski looking for Kaczynski, and in the end, Ochang gets there first. Now can slow things down with Hume. Ruthven turns, but Altona retain possession. Now over the top, looking for Jalal. He's got 2 Hume players around him. Sweet's got Bowler in front of him, and Lazaridis. Just a loose pass again from Hume, trying to build up.
A little bit of luck there.
Slojewski. Altona with some neat play in midfield. Ruthven. And now Altona.
Looked to deliver there, but not much in the box. A few more numbers in now.
And it's a decent ball. And in the end, Lazaridis back on defensive duties, heads it out for a corner.
Nice little bit of play there from Magic. I'm sure they'll be trying to get Troy on the ball as much as possible. Very comfortable on the ball, good distribution.
I've seen that Michael Lee's playing in midfield for Altona, normally a full-back, but as the cross comes in, still alive in the box. Kuzinski hasn't got much support around him. He's got to take on the defender. Trying to find that angle to get the cross in. The reverse ball's going to work. And Shalal goes back. In the end, Ochang has got time.
Yeah, shame there. A lot of numbers in the box. Poor delivery. And now they're getting caught. Oh, good play from Ruffin.
He looks to start the attack again for Altona. Settled into this game now. Bohini's the target out wide. It's again Hume pretty quick to switch to that side of the field and forces a long ball. In the end is easily cut out. Ruthven. Levanovic out wide. Stulchevsky. And Hassan Jalal. Krasinski trying to turn. In the end, he's stopped the ball and scored a try.
That's the third player that slipped over in the first few minutes here.
I did walk across the pitch, but my dress shoes were not really going to be able to help me if it's very slippery or not, because it was like an ice rink for me. But
yeah, I don't think you can ever complain about the pitch. The pitch is always in great condition. I know a lot of players like to wear mouldeds, but yeah, we are getting into winter, so.
Almazi will get here first. In the end, anywhere will really do. Comes off the back of Sweet. Gasparis once again up in the air. Chance for Lee to fight for it. Finds its way to Hewitt. Good first time layoff. Same as Brown. Now here's a chance, and a pretty wild shot in the end by George Howard.
A couple of times there, Hume have been on the break. Good numbers, so they need to be wary of that magic. They do break very, very quickly.
And do commit their fullbacks fairly high to Altona Magic, so as you say, when they get into midfield, they make that turnover. Hume, I must admit, one of the best counter-attacking sides this season.
Yeah, definitely. They attack with good pace. And like I said, it's a danger, especially when you're in that mid-third of the pitch or in your own back third. They're not the team you want to give a ball away to at the moment.
Now it's Hume again. Ochang will still get on the end of this. Looking for Brown. How's the cut back to Lazaridis? Tried to poke it home. In the end, Almazi gets it clear, and maybe a counter-attack for the Magic. Hassan Jalal trying to tease the defence. Tries to go in between two players. He's done well to win a foul there.
Yeah, Ochang on the right, that looks like a very attacking fullback. He's been forward a lot in the first bit here.
Which is something that they had to try to find a replacement for with the injury of Will Hendon, who unfortunately suffered an ACL injury against
real
South.
shame. He looked like a really good fullback, neat and tidy. Again, getting forward. I'm pretty sure Nick wants his fullbacks forward, wants them joining in play. It's a big pitch, a lot of space out here, so anyone who can get forward has that stamina to get up and down could be really effective.
So both sides play with pretty high full backs. It's in the box now as Lee puts it forward. Hume trying to get it clear. Stambolziev can't control it, and Sweet. Stambolziev fights for it again. The players slip over. Lazaridis. Good challenge in there. Almazi turns. And there was challenges flying in. It's good football that we like to see, but in the end a foul's been given to Hume.
Keeping a high line here, Magic. Excellent interception. And a good tempo to the start of this game.
As we said, we are live and interactive on Facebook. And G says, come on Hume. We are WUFC. Great to be able to watch it live. So a fan group for the new A-League side watching in. And Lockie reckons it's going to be 2-0 to Hume at the end. So as we said, you can always comment through on Facebook. Let us know what you think of the game, what you think of the league. At the moment it's Hume City. Can't find Lazaridis, and Vidikangas will collect.
Yeah, both teams trying to dominate possession at the moment. Some nice football being played. Just missing that final pass.
So Gang, Sweet lets it go, and in the end it's a right decision out for a Hume throw. Of course, a few results last night. It was Dandenong City, a rejuvenated Dandenong City with their new manager, some big signings. Really came to play against Pascoe Vale last night, as obviously you were there, Chicky. And
yeah, not a great result for us, unfortunately. But look, like they were very good, Dandy City. They played some really good football early on, and we struggled to get the grips for the game. And they were lethal in front of goal. Converted, most of their chances well. We had a couple early and didn't convert, and yeah, from there on it was really difficult. But yeah, they're going to pick up some points, I think, in the second half of the season. They're going to be a tough team to beat.
Just on a Pascoe Vale perspective as well, some new signings coming in this.
Yeah, I think they need, we needed a few different characters. So it's really difficult to sign players mid-game, but managed to get a few in.
Hassan Jalal looking to get into the box, lays it low. Deflection from Wilson will find its way to Michael Weir. So Pascoe Vale big second half of the season.
Yeah,
both sides, so it's getting pretty tight towards that bottom area as well. It's a very even league.
Yeah, it's you look at the league. I think the league's got stronger and stronger every year. Obviously, Altona coming up, Dandy City coming up. Two teams that are, their intentions is to do well, and that they're not just coming up to make up the numbers. They're not just coming up to survive. They're coming up to contend for finals places. That's what they're looking to do. So the league's just got stronger and stronger. But yeah, if we can pick up some points, we're still definitely in it. It's in our hands, and everyone's working hard to make sure we get it right.
Pascoe Vale in the finals last year, and bit slow start to the year for them so far, but some new bodies in after a few important injuries too. So especially Matteo Balan. So.
Yeah, there's been a few key ones, Matteo in particular. Obviously, he's played nearly every game, and he's in there, and he's a very good football player, but kind of a freak injury has ruled him out. So, but like I said, there's opportunities for other players now. We have got a good squad. These players now just got to gel. Like I say, it's important we pick up points soon, get into a little bit of a run of form, and maybe a little bit of luck here and there, and fortunes might change.
So we wish the Rams all the best for the rest of the season as well. As Hume City move it forward, here's Sweet. Trying to clip the ball forward. Lazaridis can't get there, and Vitikangas does. As well to get off his line. John Storchevsky.
Yeah, both keepers here, nice high lines. Michael Weir the same. He's not too far, and he's anything over the top. You look like they'll both get. They're definitely in touch with the back fours.
Now we're just over the quarter of an hour played here at ABD Stadium. It's only a real chance, goalmouth sort of chance to George Howard, but he was offside. So both sides, you say, playing with a pretty high line. It's pretty difficult to play through each other so far. Hume again go over the top. And once again, the ball just skips on this dewy surface and gets away from Stephen Hewitt.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a good ball to get over there, over the back four, and stay in play. Anything that's over here, obviously hit with any power, is going to roll out. So,
as Dana Ruthven says, "Come on, Magic," and Robbie says, "Preston Lions for NPL." Well, with the new restructuring next year in the NPL, they still might see themselves in the third division, with the East and the West maybe gone next year, and a three-division NPL system. So it's a bit unfortunate for Preston that even if they get through, ball forward, it's going to fall for James Brown for his 14th of the season. Vitikangas makes the save.
Wow. Yeah, you wouldn't want anyone else there at the moment apart from him. So, yeah, you'd expect him to finish that. Poor play from the two centre-backs, obviously going for the same ball, taking themselves out of the game, so a bit of a lack of communication there. They won't want that to happen too often, because you'd expect to be punished.
James Brown, he almost had too much time to think about it. Really showed the keeper that he was always going to put it to the left-hand side of him, and in the end, Vitikangas stayed up as tall as he could until the shot and made the good save. And
yeah, he did everything right, the keeper. Did everything right there.
Good opportunity for Vitikangas, with Collison ruled out, looks like the rest of the season too, for Altona through another serious injury. their injury list is pretty horrible if you look at it. Now Hume go over the top one more time. Lazaridis. He's got Brown in the box. Tries to cut it back. In the end, it'll be Storjevski, the only one there. And he clips it forward. Gasparis.
Yeah, the Hume wingers here are causing a lot of issues with their runs from outside to in, getting in behind, in between the fullbacks and the centre backs. We've seen 2 or 3 times now they're making these runs in between, and like I said, if the ball's good, they're half a chance here.
They have got 2 new members recently signed. Dane Milanovic on the ball, who's passed it to Almazi, and Kobe Bohini, who's been around the NPL a little bit. Can play full back or midfield, a versatile player. He plays it forward now. In the end, it's Wilson. Now the ball finds Hewitt. Bowler clips it over the top for Brown again.
Again, you see Brown there coming from outside to in, getting in behind the centre backs. Very difficult one to track. He's timing them brilliantly.
The ball just couldn't find Lazaridis, who in the end goes through the back of Storjevski. Gives away the foul. That's 3 balls now. That's 3 balls now that Hume City have played over the top.
Yeah.
Just within a few minutes, as you've said, those dangerous runs.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for those balls. They're obviously something they've worked on, something that's been successful for them. So, you know, a bit of a warning there for Magic. Tracking players, passing players on needs to be really good. If not, they are going to get chances.
Ball forward, looking for Stambolziev, cut out again. In the midfield, it'll find its way to Howard. Can't find Brown, and Vitikangas will collect. Over the top, here's Lee. Dangerous ball in. Still going to stay alive through Kuczynski. Just couldn't find Stambolziev. Kuczynski with great skill. In the end, it probably should have been a foul, I thought, at the edge of the box.
Yeah, it looked like a foul again, but the referee had a great view, great angle. Excellent ball into the box. Looked like Tennant may have lost his man in there then, so a little bit fortunate that they didn't connect.
He scored a similar goal last week, did Stambolziev, just that late arriving into the box and making up a great position.
Yeah, he was in a perfect position, central, just off the back of his marker. So yeah, a little bit lower there, and he's free header in the sort of second 6-yard box.
See, that's Hume go through Lazaridis. He's got time to move it forward. Still going Lazaridis. He's got Sweet on the outside. Tries to fire it in, and Bohini is in the way, and it goes out for a Hume corner.
Hume making it very difficult for the fullbacks, with the wide players coming off the line. They're not sure whether to go in with them. Obviously, they've got the fullback pushing on, so they've got to deal with that as well. A lot of decisions to be made here at fullback for Magic. But yeah, Hume getting in some excellent positions at the moment.
Another chance for a set piece. Altona protecting the goalkeeper with 4 defenders versus 2, pretty much on the goal line. Dangerous ball in, but in the end it's all Vitikangas' ball.
Yeah, you'd expect him to pick these up all day. Very close to the keeper. He's a tall boy, good hands.
Now Altona decide to play it short. Almazi, good ball over the top. Stambolziev couldn't cushion it to his teammate, and now Sweet drives it across the field. Good pass through to Howard. Plays it over to Lazaridis. Cuts it back looking for Brown. And in the end, Altona Magic were able to stop a shot on goal, but the corner is conceded.
Yeah, a little alarming there how easily they got through there. Obviously Sweet running in from left back. Nice little through ball. Definitely, getting in behind now, Hume. But good defending in the end. Stopped the shot. Good marking.
In the end, the run in the box was well tracked, and Altona will have another corner to defend. Dangerous ball in the area again. Ruthven clears. It's going to fall for Sweet. Goes back to his left foot, clips it back post, looking for Howard, and it's just wide.
He'll be kicking himself there. He'll expect to score that. Looked like Sweet was going to go back out wide then, back to where the corner was taken. But no, lovely ball in there, curled in, free header. You'd like to at least hit target.
It's a third corner for Hume City, and in the end, when the ball come back in, it wasn't far away. George Howard, who has scored a couple of goals in the Cup against Bentley Greens a few weeks back, yet to score for Hume or even South Melbourne in the league this season. Stambolziev tries to cut the ball back, and Altona will get a corner for themselves.
Yeah, good numbers in the box then from Altona, so yeah, you want to try and get those deliveries in. They're getting people in there.
So we wait for Altona to take the corner. The centre backs push forward. Milovanovic is up there as well. Dangerous ball in. Hume. Two headers get it to the edge of the box. In the end, it's Howard. Shoulder-to-shoulder challenge in the box can always leave coaches a little bit nervous, but now Hume City look to counter through Brown.
Again, 3-on-3 there, Hume. They're leaving two up from the corners, so whenever they break, whenever they get something that comes out of the box, if it does land at a red, then they've got good numbers up and breaking from the box at good speed.
In the end, it was an excellent foul by Ruthven. Looks like he's just going to get a talking to by the referee for it as well. And
smart tactical foul, slow down the counter.
It's always good when the referee doesn't go to the yellow card as well. You get away with it.
If you can get away with them, great. Most refs, they catch on to those tactical fouls, and they will show you a yellow. But like I said, he's got away with one there. So
Ruthven has been at the heart of this Altona midfield for a couple of seasons now after crossing from the Bentley Greens. Really was a big signing to go down to NPL 2 last season with Altona to get them promoted. Yeah,
Altona have recruited really well. They've managed to do that with quite a few players. There's a few boys that have dropped out of the NPL to go NPL 2. I think this must have had the confidence of getting promoted.
Here's a chance for Hewitt. In the end, he's cut back, can't find Lazaridis. And as soon as the state leagues and the NPL system opened up and promotion across those two platforms was possible, Altona, as you said, they've really strengthened the squad. They've got probably the best NPL sort of side they possibly could, even though they were in the second division last year. And
yeah, they've managed to attract players. They definitely have, and they've put good squads together at all levels. I think Loz would like his squad to be a little thicker. He'd like a few extras, but yeah, there's definitely some talent in that squad. Unfortunately, they've just lost a few key players to injury.
They certainly have lost key players to injury. If you look at Robert Normovsky, Daniel Collison, James McGarry, Callum Richardson, Ross Archibald. As Hume goes looking for Lazaridis, he can't control it. The big signing from Germany too as well as Mikael Hemmen and John McShane injury as well. So there's good 7 or 8 high quality players that Altona have got unavailable. Dusan Bojnak as well, and believe that may have left Altona as well. So
yeah, definitely difficult when you lose that many players. As a manager, you'll have your plans. You sign certain players to fit into them. When they're not available, it can make it difficult if you don't have replacements. You often have to change structure or maybe change style to suit what you got. Really difficult to do sort of when you're midway through a season. It's not much time between games to work on that much.
And Jackie says, "Happy birthday, Shane Vitikangas." So seems like it's a birthday to the Altona keeper, looking to give himself a present of a clean sheet, which is still intact at the moment. We see Altona put everyone behind the ball apart from Stambolziev, and Hume City just have to slow things down. This has been a problem for Hume, trying to break down defences when they sit all behind them. They've been a great counter-attacking side, but they haven't really been able to break down sides. Yeah,
I think when they counter so well, it's other teams see the benefit in just getting a lot of numbers behind the ball, being hard to beat, staying compact. So yeah, it gives them a different challenge now, having to move the ball quickly and try and get goals a different way. But interesting to know, both fullbacks pushed on really high there, so they're comfortable with the two boys at the back, dealing with that. So they're definitely throwing men forward.
In the end, the pass from James Brown just missed Mark Ochang. Stojewski did well to shepherd it out. And also Bryce Ruthven says cheering on the Magic from Bundaberg. Bryce, also an NPL commentator, who commentated the Magic last week, and I like how we quickly switched accounts too, because he had Churchill Soccer Club popped up with that tweet first, until Bryce obviously switched accounts back to his personal one. So ball, it's going to be Hume City, and mischievously try to start the game good 20 yards forward of where the foul actually was. Can't hurt him for trying, but...
Yeah, I think that shows Hume's intent to get on with the game, try and get the ball moving. They're having a good little spell at the moment, so they don't want too many fouls. I think they want to keep it going.
In the end, Milovanovic has gone through the back of Howard. So free kick for Hume City. So Hewitt's going to set up for a set piece. So we see big Paul Blocker Wilson move forward for Hume. Howard, Bowler and Brown. Kangas is assumed the position, looking to try to get off his line and collect this if it's in the air for too long. It's always a very difficult area to hit a free kick from here. Hewitt's one is pretty close to the money. Gelo gets it clear. In the end, the centre-back Wilson gets the chance to be a winger, looking to cross it in, and it was really a centre-back's cross, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely probably not his specialty. He'd rather be in the box trying to get on the end of them than putting them in.
In the end, the Magic run the ball out. We've seen the last 5 minutes, Hume City have really pressed on Altona and really made it hard for them to play out from the back. Well, Altona just constantly now just giving the ball back to Hume.
Yeah, look, they've got everyone behind the ball. I think obviously Hume had 3 or 4 good attacks, so they've noticed that they probably need to get some numbers back to prevent them from scoring.
Well, here's Lazaridis, and the follow-up is wide. Combination, it looks like, of Vidi Kangas and the post, got that clear. So out for a goal kick. Altona, Johnny Stojewski. Over the top. In the end, a good challenge there from Hayden Tennant to get it clear and clear it into the car park.
Yeah, grab a bit of ground there, Magic, move themselves up the pitch a little bit. They've been in their half there for a while. Be happy to be further up the park now.
See if they can make the most of it. Kuczynski will get it near the corner. Once again, he's definitely one player that's got to change his boots. We can hear Goran Lozanovsky with his hands in his heads and saying, what is this boy doing? That's 4 times now.
That's frustrating as a manager, especially when you get in good areas. It's not something that really should be happening. It's definitely frowned upon. I had a coach back in England, if you fell more than once, you knew about it, and there was a good chance you'd be coming off, let alone getting the opportunity to change your boots. So
he just looked like a giraffe in an ice rink then. His legs just gave way completely to him. So definitely, Kuczynski's definitely one that changed boots at half-time. As you said, this pitch is always in immaculate condition here at ABD Stadium.
Can't blame the pitch here. So
ball forward. Can Brown bring it down? He can't. Bahini. Johnny Stojewski again. Kuczynski goes back, and now that go long. This is going to be Tennant to cushion it. Monahan. It'll lay off that Altona get back. Now Marzi can drive the ball forward. Lazaridis quickly onto Bohini and forces him into the error.
Good pressure there from Hume. Not giving them any time on the ball.
Now it's Blocker Wilson for Hume. Bowler as Michael Weir gets a rare touch in this game. Now Hume will look to bring it up from the back. Here we see in front of us how high the fullbacks are, and in the end the space is found in the middle. Lazaridis. Hewitt couldn't turn. Złodziewski, who's been everywhere for Altona, looking for Lee, cut out by Sweet. And now Hume move it forward. George Howard keeps it in but can't retain the ball, and Almazi and Vitikangas. Back to Almazi. See how high Hume are pressing him, trying to get this ball back. And in the end, that's a pretty bad ball to play back. Almazi dealt with it well. Now Bohini's got a little bit of space in front of him.
Yeah, good bit of play there, Magic. Under a lot of pressure, but managed to work the ball across the back four and get out. They'll be looking to do a little bit more of that.
Well, in the end, Stambolziev couldn't control it. Sweet turned into trouble. Gelo. Ruthin turns Monahan and plays it up the line. Stambolziev, good header. Great challenge by Tennant.
Yeah, good play there from Ruthin. Comfortable in possession under pressure, put a good ball into space.
Now Lee.
I think they'll be liking to get him on the ball a little bit more.
Lee's going to pick it up. Hume had a couple of nibbles at him. In the end, Ruthven, that's a great switching ball. Złodziewski turns back inside. Now he'll try to get it back again. Ochang will get there first, and he slips over. That is in a very icy section of the pitch.
Yeah, good recovery run from the defender though. Got back in, made his tackle. Won't be happy with slipping obviously there, but did his job. An excellent ball from Ruthven again from the midfield there, first time out wide.
In the end, I think it's like one of those English without the undersoil heating. They've got a bit of frozen part of the pitch out there.
Yeah, I played on a few of those.
Dangerous ball in. Weir
well dealt with there.
Commands his box well and punches it clear. Hewitt trying to play it up the line. Magic get it back. They've still got plenty of numbers forward. How's the delivery? Once again, Michael Weir comes out. He's dropped it. But in the end, Michael Weir was the first one to it.
I think his own player got in his way there. I think it was Hayden Tennant he's gone into the back of.
Looked like Tennant sort of took his legs out from under him a little bit as Weir jumped up to collect it. And in the end, he's been able to retain it. And good throw out to Bowler, Hewitt. Now Ochang in the middle. He's got Bowler again. How can Hume move this out? And they do through Brown. That's an excellent ball out wide to Sweet. Gets a chance to have a touch and cross it in. Vitikangas in best position. And the Altona goalkeeper collects.
Yeah, he'll be a little bit disappointed there. You know, he's got forward, got into a good area, but the cross again, too high, too close to the keeper.
And a rocket arm from Vitikangas. I remember him practicing a pre-season game when he was at Bulleen last year, and he was just rocketing him 50 metres with his throw. Sort of like a baseballer, and in the end, Altona given up. Stambolziev just trying to play it through, and himself and Lee were not on the same wavelength.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. Wanting to make some forward runs into the box. Obviously had different ideas.
And that'll come with Michael Lee signing just a few days ago straight into the starting lineup.
Yeah, difficult when you haven't trained much with the team. Obviously you've got to learn a different style of play, what the manager wants. So when you get thrown in, you have to kind of expect that it's going to be a few of those little situations are going to happen. Again, Hume looking to overload the middle here with extra players. The boys coming in from the line. Almost got four in there at times in that midfield, making it very hard for the Magic midfielders to track everybody.
Chance for Lazaridis, trying to lay the ball into the path of Brown, and once again Altona defend their lines well.
Yeah, defended well, Magic. Got getting numbers back, but like I said, it's just going the other way now, which becomes difficult when you've got that many numbers behind the ball. Hard to get down the other end and score goals.
And Mike Hegarty, so obviously a relation to really former Hume City star and now manager Nick Hegarty, watching from Wakefield, England. So thanks for joining us, Mike. I'm sure he'd be very happy of how, obviously, his relation. I'm not sure about the relation. Maybe Mike can let us know, but of how Heggs has gone in managerially as a manager in the last year or so. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I think last year was really difficult for him. Obviously, still playing, juggling the two responsibilities is really hard. I mean, how much you do when you need to be involved in the training yourself, but you also need to be outside taking it and having to call the plays from inside the park rather than watching. Really difficult. But this year, obviously, just from the sidelines, and you've seen an improvement really.
It's been Well, speaking of people around Hume, they reckon this is the strongest squad that they've ever had. So that's a big talking point. Obviously, they haven't gotten the grand finals, but they've been to preliminary finals in the past in the top division.
Yeah, I think look, they'll definitely be aiming to get into these final spots. They're in there now. They'd hope to stay in there the way they're playing. Good brand of football.
The cross comes in. Looking for Wilson. It's sliced away. Hume will be able to keep it alive, and Monaghan try to play it back out. Hewitt is offside. He lets it go for a throw. So the fourth corner for Hume City. In the end, they don't get anything out of it as we're getting closer to half-time. Brown gets it back. James Brown. He's going to get a shot away. James Brown. Vitakangas once again denies the Hume City star.
Again, James Brown getting in great goal scoring areas. Good save from the keeper.
The birthday clean sheet is still on for Shane Vitakangas.
Yeah, did well again there. Stood up tall.
Again, the fifth corner for Hume. Magic have defended these well so far. And Kuczynski gets the head, and Hume will have their sixth. As we wait for a new ball to go, that one's ended up at Broady Valley Park, so if you're in the area...
Yeah, there's plenty over there. Not the easy place to go and get the balls from. You don't want to be caught over there too often.
So it drops right down to the valley there. So as you said, there's plenty of mitre balls down there if anyone game enough. Hume with another corner. The edge of the box, Wilson goes down, and the free header from Boland flicked on by Lazaridis, and in the end it goes wide.
Yeah, good opportunity again there. I think it was quite quick, came at him fast, quick reflexes. Tried to steer it towards the goal, but not easy when it's coming at you at that speed.
Spoiler with the flick on, seemed like it was going to go wide, so Lazaridis tried to redirect it. And in the end, he's just got the direction all right, just put it over the top. So Lazaridis, great opportunity. He's already got one goal for Hume this season. He, after a long time playing for Pascoe Vale, he's now made himself a fixture in the starting lineup for the last few weeks. Hume give the ball up in midfield. Monaghan will fight for it. Kuczynski and Monaghan, and looks like there's an injury to, looks like Gasparis, and in the end Hume sportingly kick it out.
Yeah, both coaches calling there for the ball to be put out. Obviously that looked a little bit nasty. He's obviously in a bit of pain.
Mariano Gasparis, who been a long time player, whether it be VPL or NPL, he's been a real star for a long time in Victorian football, particularly his time at South Melbourne and Northcote. But in the end, Gasparis is down injured. It's been a shocking run for Altona, and hopefully it's nothing too serious, but it doesn't look good for the moment.
No, it doesn't. The last thing they'll need is any more injuries. That'll be the last thing they need. It looks like he's in a little bit of pain there too, so hopefully nothing too serious.
So Mariano Gasparis still getting treatment. It does give us the chance to just go around the grounds in NPL Victoria so far, and the Melbourne Knights losing against Heidelberg to a deflected effort from Harry Noon last night. So Heidelberg do get that victory, and as we've already discussed earlier, Pascoe Vale ended up losing against Annie City at home 4-1. And today, some real late drama as Green Gully scored through Alex Salmon very late, and in the 89th minute, in the 96th minute, they were able to get their equaliser, Bentley, and a share of the spoils through Thurtell. So we still got a couple of games to go. Later tonight at 7 o'clock, Dandenong Thunder and Oakley kick-off, and Kingston City host Avondale. So big 4 games of NPL Victoria today. It's easy to sit at home with a fire with a beer and watch it on your TV with YouTube, or watch it through Facebook and comment through.
We're way up here, aren't we? It's nice up here.
It's nice up here. The scaffolding, it could do with a bit of weatherproofing.
A little bit of weatherproofing. It's a little dry up here and all. So we don't know if they do orders from the bar.
A great vantage point, and here's another chance. Stambolziev. In the end, players seem to slip around on the field there a little bit, and Hume have an injury problem through. Might be Lazaridis. It's either Lazaridis or Bolo. The orange boots give it away. In fact, Lazaridis is at the edge of the box, so this is Ben Bowler for Hume City. In the end, Altona Magic do have the corner as the flight from Tasmania to Melbourne's just about to arrive over our heads.
Yeah, they'll be hoping to nick something here, Magic. Hopefully a set piece. Try and steal something before half time.
It's Ben Bowler. He's going to make his way to the sidelines.
Still Magic keep 3 back even though there's the 1 up.
Dangerous ball in again. Altona's delivery's been great from set pieces, but haven't been able to find a magic head. Stambolziev. Hassan Jalot is dispossessed. Ruthven will get it in midfield. Trying to turn away. No foul was given. It looked like there was a nibble on the back of him. Hume City with a 3-on-3. How's the pass from Hewitt? In the end, plays it wide to the overlapping Ochang. 4 numbers in the box, and the delivery is horrible. And once again, that's another ball down in Valley Park.
It'll be frustrating there. Higgs will be frustrated getting into good areas like that. A few times we've seen poor delivery from the fullbacks. Another counter-attack for Hume again. Did look like a foul though.
Looked like he did nibble at the back of his ankles there, and as you can see, the protests from the Altona players, and also down on the bench as well, as Hume broke with great pace again. But in the end, it's good to see that Mariano Gasparis and Ben Bowler are able to continue here as we approach half-time. In fact, the board's just about ready to be prepared. It's going to be 3 minutes. No, in fact, he's changed it to 2. Monahan. Ochang loses out. Kuczynski. See if he can drive it forward. He's done well. Gets towards the edge of the box, lays it off, and here's the shot from distance from Gasparis. But Michael Weir, with the first effort he's really been tested with today, was able to make the save.
Yeah, comfortable, Mike. Good strike though, on target. Kept it on target. Good strike of the ball from distance.
So 2 minutes of stoppage time. We have had a few little injuries in this game, but Hume City through Michael Weir to restart the game. Looking for Brown. Trying to lay it off into the path of Hewitt. Jalot. Trying to keep it in, he can't, and then Skiddy and Sweet to throw it back in. Bowler clips it to Tennant. It's a dangerous ball for him to control. He's done well to find Sweet again. Firing it across, Lazaridis.
Could hear Loza there urging his players to try and press, try and win the ball back higher up the park. Hume did well to get out.
In the end, Sochevsky just has to clear it up the line. Now Tennant. In the end, he's happy to go back to use Michael Weir.
Yeah, he's got good feet, Michael. Comfortable with the ball. They'll have no hesitation in using him as an extra player, going back and keeping the ball.
Now Brown. Looks like Altona is quite happy to get to half-time at 0-0. They've really set all their players back in this stoppage time, and Hume City seem pretty happy themselves just to possess the ball.
Yeah, I don't think either team will want to give anything away silly now. Get to half-time, regroup.
Milovanovic heads the ball out. Chain goes back. Now Tennant. And Wilson.
Can hear Nick there trying to get him to move the ball quicker around the back. It's obviously moving quite slowly. Easy for Magic to move from side to side and keep the ball in front of him. He'll want that moving quicker than that.
And that'll definitely be the talk, I reckon, at half-time from Nick Hegarty. Just see if they can spread the ball, because they've looked a lot dangerous as they've brought into attack with that 1-2 touch football that's really caused problems for the Magic. But at half-time, it is Hume City 0, Altona Magic 0. Hume City, James Brown had 2 one-on-ones that Vitikangas made the save from. George Howard actually had a pretty difficult headed effort as well that he put just wide, and Mariano Gasparis from long range tested Michael Weir. And that's pretty much been the goal-mouth action we've had, but it's been an enjoyable game to watch so far, Chicky.
Yeah, there's been some good football. Like, Hume have broken really quickly. They've got into good areas. Like you said, they'll be a little bit disappointed not to have converted one of those chances. But James Brown, he'll be a little bit disappointed with himself as well, not at least taking one of those. But like you said, the Magic got everyone back in and made it difficult for them. Less gaps, so different game now. Hume will have to look to try and move the ball quick and, like you said, break them down a little bit using that ball speed.
And that's it. It is half-time here at ABD Stadium. We're just going to have a short break and be back for all the action in about 10 minutes' time. And welcome back here at ABD Stadium for the second half between Hume City and Altona Magic. It was Hume City with 3 very good opportunities in the first half and a long range shot from Gasparis. But in the end, it ended 0-0 in the first half, and we're now kicked off for the second half. My name is Chris Gleeson, joined again by David Chick for the second half, and hope to see a little bit more goal-mouth action. And
yeah, look, there's been some good football play, but wouldn't mind seeing a goal. Obviously had a couple of good chances with Hume, but the tempo sort of slowed down towards the end of the half there, with Altona sitting behind the ball and Hume struggling to break them down.
In the end, it's Ochang trying to chase after this one, and well defended again by Altona, out for a throw.
Getting forward well again there, Ochang. Looks to get forward at any opportunity. So hopefully he'll keep doing that, but we'll be looking for better delivery than the first half.
And thanks for Jerry. It's Marinos Gasparis. Sorry, I got that first name wrong in the first half. I do apologise. And Hume has clipped it in and goes out for a goal kick. And thank you, Mike Hegarty, for letting us know that he is Nick's father. So hope you enjoy the second half and see what Hegs can do on the sideline to change things. But at the moment, Hume City sitting well inside the top 6 for the moment. Have had an excellent season so far.
Yeah, I think Nick would be relatively happy with the first half, obviously having the better chances and having a bit more of the ball. So I don't think he'll look to change too much. Maybe like we talked about, just moving that ball around a little bit quicker to break down Altona Magic.
Stambolziev for the Magic. Trying to cross it in. Kuczynski turns. Right foot shot is well blocked by Monahan. And in the end, a foul through the back and in a very dangerous area. Especially when you've got Ruthven and Stambolziev over this.
A little rash there with the defending. It was facing the other way. No real need to give a free kick away in this area.
So Ruthven and Gasparis is the 2 over it. I've seen Gasparis score goals from this range many times before, but it looks like he stepped away for Ruthven.
Yeah, it'll have to be something special with Michael Weir from here. He's an excellent shot stopper.
And you said he needs something special to beat Michael Weir from here. And in the end, it's straight into the chest of Weir.
Yeah, comfortable for the goalkeeper.
As Michael Lee makes a nuisance of himself, not allowing him to start the game quick. And yeah, Michael Weir will put it to himself and pump it up the grounds. Excellent pass out to Sweet, but it's always going to be a difficult one to control over your shoulder.
Yeah, not easy over the shoulder, but you can see what they're trying to do. Hume City there with Michael used his ability on the ball to try and play out, try and get the fullbacks with a straight pass from the goalkeeper high up the pitch.
In the end, a very solid challenge results in the first yellow card of tonight. Stephen Hewitt goes into the book. Forward. Sweet can't control it. Lee lets it run. He looked like he was in an offside position, and Wilson lets the ball go out for a goal kick. As Tom Federico, former Hume City social media man, says, "Say good day to Chicky for me."
That brings back a few memories.
Tommy Slav Federico.
It was good, Tom. It was good to have around, Tom. Very good.
All headed forward.
Interesting there, Altona sort of looking to press a little bit higher there, not letting Hume play out anymore, making them go long from the goal kicks.
They've started on the attack in the second half, and now Stojewski gets a chance to whip in a dangerous ball. It's headed away. Kuczynski couldn't control it, and Lee, in the end, has just horribly put that wide. Could have put his foot through it.
Yeah, looked a bit tentative there. Good opportunity there, coming out on the edge of the box. Good delivery into the box again, dangerous. So better for Magic in this second half, first few moments.
And Nay says, cheering on Hume City from Yangon, Myanmar. So, you know, with the streams, we are truly an international game. So we've had people watch games from New York, as we've seen back in England tonight as well. So
no idea where that is.
Southeast Asia. So there's plenty of reasons why people watch through these streams from Southeast Asia. Jalal can't control it. Now Sweet. Falls for Lazaridis, and in the end it goes out for a magic throw. Altona look to restart an attack. Lee. Now they've got the overlap going. They're trying to play it through the middle. Kuczynski. In the end, Altona, they've started much the brighter side this second half. It seems like Hume is still in the sheds.
Yeah, look, they've come out of the traps pretty quick. They're committing a lot more players forward. Be interesting to see what Loz has said at half time.
Stojewski. Now Kuczynski almost found a way through. And it's George Howard trying to control it. And in the end, the foul goes Hume City's way, and lucky it did, because it was a pretty horrible sliding challenge from Howard afterwards on Reuven.
Yeah, he's committed to getting the ball there. Didn't want to lose that, but good hold-up play. Smart getting the foul.
It's Monahan. Chang. Scoring Lozanovsky's not happy with his side. He wants them to press up, which is pretty much how they started the first half before Hume opened them up a few times, and they decided to be a bit more cautious and sit back a little bit more and did Altona.
Yeah, look, I think he's realised that they need to get the ball back quicker. They need to be a bit higher up the park if they're going to get some goals out of this game.
In the end, Tennant with the mistake, and Altona get it back. Jeski. Kuczynski. And it goes out for an Altona throw. Stambolsiev forward, and Tennant just clears it. Smith, both sides have defended fairly well tonight. Hume City have go forward. Brown, can he keep it in? He can. He's got Howard in the box and lays it back. Missed bowler. Now the Magic. Jalal trying to get through. Could have been a decent counter-attack. He just didn't really have much support around him, but he's done well to hold it onto himself. And now he'll get it back again. Sweet makes a great challenge, and the Lion-O's the next person to slip over.
Yeah, good recovering tackle there.
Sasan Jalal is quite a bit of pain. James Brown is another one. Looks like James Brown's taken the opportunity to maybe change his boots.
Oh, he's taken his pads off.
Looks like half a shin pad too, so...
Looks like they'll be making the change.
Well, James Brown unfortunately can't continue, and in the end that substitution makes Theo Marcalis a real fan favourite here at Hume City.
Yeah, that'll be disappointing for Hume. Brian being dangerous in the first half.
He had a couple of opportunities to add to his 13 league goals this season. In the end, Vitikangas stood up tall and denied him on both occasions. Theo Marcalis enters the fray, and at the moment the first duties is defensive as the Magic have this throw. Looking for Stambolsiev, and Michael Weir with an easy chest mark. Michael Weir to Tennant. Bowler sits in between his two centre halves. Now Wilson. You see, it's once again Altona start to press up, and now it's Hume having the difficulties moving it out of defence. Both sides don't really have a real target man type. George Howitt's trying to play that role a little bit, but it's not what he's best suited to. So
yeah, I don't think that either team's too suited to the long ball at the moment. They're going to try and play out, but not getting out too easily there. I think Magic will be happy with them having the ball in their back third. But they're going to have to move a little quicker to get it out of there.
They've done well. How's the cross looking for Kuczynski? In the end, Hume deal with it, but it's going to be another corner. As we said, we are live and interactive on Facebook, so you can always comment through. Let us know what you think of the league and the game. There's a Magic. Dangerous ball in, flicked over the top. It's still alive, trying to shield it away, and in the end Michael Weir collects and starts the counter-attack. Looking for Lazaridis through the middle. Bohini will get there. And the Magic can go for another attack. Kuczynski looking for Gasparis. Good ball around the corner. And here's Kuczynski again. Can he find a teammate looking for Gasparis? And Stephen Hewitt just has to clear it out for another corner.
Yeah, good pressure from Magic now. More numbers in the box, getting forward easier. Just a bit of a miss kick from Weir there, giving the ball away. Looking for that counter again that was so successful in the first half.
So it's Hume City well and truly on the back foot. Stambolziev ready to whip in another Altona corner. Looking for Lee. It's flicked on. Kuczynski's there. Hassan Jalal will be able to pick the ball up. Now Johnny Storchevsky flips it in. Ochang clear. Almazi lays it off for Ruthven. Wilson in the way to block it. Stambolziev trying to tease Gideon Sweet. In the end, the cross was blocked, and Hume City through Lazaridis around the corner. Mark Callis. In the end, just a heavy touch and a great saving challenge there by Milovanovic.
Yeah, shooting a little bit too much of the ball there. Not quite got that speed in attack. Under a little bit of pressure now, Hume.
Sochevsky forward. Kuczynski's really growing in this game. Hume can't get it completely clear. Ruthven gets it back out. Here's Stambolziev trying to curl it for the top corner. And I won't repeat what Goran Lozanovsky just said in front of us.
Yeah, I think he's a little frustrated there. He expects a little bit better from a player of his quality. He's got an excellent left foot, great technique. So yeah, he's expected to do better when in that area of the pitch with a little bit of time and space.
And see Altona players encouraging and talking to each other. Hume City just with their heads down a little bit.
Yeah, I think obviously a little bit of a shock for Hume. Altona have come out, look like a different team. They're on the front foot, they're pressing, they're getting some good territory, so making it really difficult for Hume to play that style of play that they had in the first half.
The ball's played pretty dangerously back. Michael Weir's got plenty of time to retrieve that one. Leo Michaelis is still trying to warm up and get into the game for Hume. Obviously the big news is James Brown has suffered an injury. It looks pretty sore on his legs.
Yeah, looked sore, looked like he was limping around. Hume will be hoping that's nothing too serious.
Well, here's a chance for Lazaridis. We know he's pace. Goes wide. Trying to find the right pass for the cut back. In the end, clips it back post. Hewitt back across the keeper, and Hume City takes the lead. Very much against the run of play here in the second half, but Matthew Lazaridis with an inch-perfect ball, and Stephen Hewitt was there to bury the chance. And Hewitt's fourth goal of the season gives Hume City the lead. It is Hume City 1, Altona Magic 0.
He did well there, Lazaridis. Held it up, realised there was nobody in the box. waited, and then excellent delivery to the far post.
Just put it across Vitikangas. It was a fairly sharp angle.
A little bit disappointed there, Magic, with the defending at the far post there, caught flat, pedalling backwards. Make it very difficult to defend when you're caught flat like that. But excellent delivery.
We have talked about how good a counter-attacking side Hume City are, and definitely had to defend for the majority of the second half so far, but when they got their chance to break, every pass was perfect in the end, and Lazaridis, to clip the ball over such a tall goalkeeper as well, to find Hewitt at the back post. He set up a few goals this season, Matthew Lazaridis, and you can see that why Nick Hegarty has decided to have him in the starting lineup ahead of players like Theo Marcallis and Ursin Kaya.
Yeah, look, he's obviously he's a natural left footer too, so it gives you that balance, able to switch sides. And you see there, left foot cross, really good delivery.
So can the Magic respond? Sochevsky keeps it alive, only as far as Tennant, finds the perfect pass to Hewitt. Ben Bowler, now Marcallis, Monahan.
I think Hume have another injury over there on the far side, looks like a hamstring, I think.
Looks like George Howard is the one that's down, and Hume will kick it out. So Marco Delic is the one getting prepared. But George Howard, who's didn't get much of an opportunity at South Melbourne, did start the season as a starter when Billy Constantinides really come into a bit more form and fitness. Howard really had to put up with bit parts off the bench, and he's come into this Hume lineup, got a couple of goals the other week to knock Bentley Greens out of the cup, and has been leading the line for them. It's been a little bit quiet today though. He's had the one chance in the first half, but it's disappointing for him that, as you said, he looked like he got shot and grabbed the hamstring quite straight away.
Never a good sign, obviously. He'll be a little bit frustrated. Obviously, he just moved here and had a good start, and would want to be cementing his place in the first team and scoring some goals. This could obviously set him back for a few weeks.
So Marco Delic, who's been in some pretty good form in the under-20s, and did get I believe his first senior goal against Heidelberg in the Cup also a few weeks ago. So
yeah, different type of forward again. So if he does go on down the middle up top, he's a little lively. He'll try and get him behind. Could be a different thing for the Magic defenders to worry about.
In the end, Hume get the foul, and now they can make the change when Marco Delic enters the fray. I must admit, we did watch him at half-time, and he was chipping the reserve goalkeeper a few times and scored some good goals, and we'll be hoping to do that out on the field here. Hume City restart the game. Tennant.
Hume will obviously be a little bit more content just to keep the ball at the back now. Now they have the lead. And we're down to Magic to come and get the ball off them.
As Weir plays it. Now, ball over the top. Can it be kept in? It can. Hume look to drive on. Cross comes in. In the end, it's well headed away.
A little flat-footed there, Magic, for the second ball coming out.
Now, Reuven tried to turn. Marcallis wins that challenge. So we do have a couple of games that'll kick off fairly shortly in NPL Victoria. Just get your thoughts on them, Chicky. Dandenong Thunder versus Oakley. Thunder they seem to be heading only in one direction the last few weeks, and as we stay with the play for the moment, Marco Delic. Looking for Hewitt, trying to skip in his way through. Was it in the box or just outside? I think it's just outside the box. And that's the way the referee saw it.
The Hume bench there looking for a penalty, asking for the lino to put his flag up. But right on, really close there, the referee, great positioning.
Well, Hume to get this free kick though. I just tried to see if I could see a replay of it. The internet's not too great over here in the scaffolding, but you can always let us know in the comments. Did you think it was inside the box or just outside? Stephen Hewitt, the one that was fouled, is standing over this. Gideon Sweet, the left-footed option. It's going to be Hewitt. Can he get his second goal of the game? It's deflected away by a well-placed Altona Magic wall. Now Ochang, in the end, gives away the foul, trying to win it back. And Altona have another injury problem. So I have to see who's down there. We don't have the advantage of the camera lens zooming in as people at home do.
Difficult position, those free kicks, so close. Really hard to get it up and back down over the wall.
There's definitely concerns with concussion here because that ball hit him flush in the head. It was a player that was at the end of that wall. So in the end it will be a substitution to the Magic. That's not what you want on a cold night. Just from 11 yards, bang, straight into your face.
Yeah, not ideal, but obviously he stood strong, did his job. You're in there to do that. It's unfortunate sometimes, but the alternative is maybe a goal. So you do your bit for the team and shake it off if you can.
He was at the end of the wall, was Kobe Bohini. And now the substitution will be made, so definitely concussion concerns. I think for Bohini, we hope he's okay. But in the end, it's Gasparis is the one to come off. And Sam Mitchington is the one who's entered the fray.
Yeah, Sam looks like he's
well, luckily,
coming here on the left side.
Luckily, it looks like Bohini will be able to take his place in the Altona back line, waiting for the referee to wave him back on when the game starts. Ball cleared up. Bowler. Sojewski. Reuven. Tennant's header goes backwards and Ochang just gets it out for a throw. So Kobe Bohini, back holding his face, is back on the pitch. Stambolziev. Lazaretti slid in. Got a piece of the ball, but a big chunk of Stambolziev, and gives away the foul.
Yeah, a bit of a silly foul to give away there. Yeah, dangerous area. We're hoping nothing comes of this now. Looks like Reuven to deliver again.
Two-man wall, clipped in, dangerous area, the header's flicked on, Weir makes the save.
He's gone for an offside there.
Milovanovic directed it goalward, but you're right, the offside flag did go up. It's Michael Weir with a great reaction save. Finally got it out.
Yeah, waiting for it. Yeah, good reactions from Mike, just managed to tip it over the bar. Obviously he wouldn't have seen the flag up on the far side, so
Big Mike.
Good delivery again, and obviously it's something Hume won't want to do too much of, give fouls away around that part of the box.
So he's been tested, Michael Weir, a couple of times from Gasparis from distance, and Milovanovic, although it was offside, still needed to make the save because he had no idea that it would have been flagged for offside as Altona. Ochang heads it away. Stambolziev to Lee. Now Mitchington looking to cut inside. He can almost get a shot away himself. Tried to go for the 1-2. Bowler comes across, gets it clear. Marcellus, in the end, just has to clear it up to halfway. Bohaney to Reuven. Trying to clip it over the top. Kuczynski at the back of Wilson. Gets the ball, goes over in the box. And in the end, he's held onto the ball. He was always going down before any contact.
Yeah, dangerous there from the defender. Trying to shield that out. I think sometimes best there just to clear your lines. You do take a risk, especially when there's a player who's working hard to make a tackle in that area. You give a penalty away there. I don't think it'd be too popular with the management.
No. Well, to be honest, the ball was really slowing up. I'm not sure if it would have gotten to the byline anyway. So, in the end, Hume City dodge another Altona attack. So Weir. So Lazaridis to jump for it. Livanovic away. Bowler. Back in the midfield, Bowler. Lazaridis trying to flick the ball on, looking for Delic, and Vitikangas will collect. Goes out for another throw. Stambolziev. As Chicky's getting a bit of feedback from a few of his mates watching at home. Ball out wide. Delic can't get there first. Out for a Hume throw.
Yeah, they're not enjoying the accent apparently.
Well, we've got another Pom on commentary.
Yeah, you wouldn't want this guy on the commentary. You wouldn't understand a word he says. So.
There's a ball as Gideon Sweet is happy to take his time.
Yeah, they'll be taking every opportunity now, Hume, to slow the game down when possible, run that clock out.
Now Hewitt, whose goal separates the two sides, crossing in. Almazi away. Now Tennant. Tennant just clears it over the grandstand.
Yeah, no nonsense there.
Dane Miller, Livanovic. New signing. Spent a little bit of time with Green Gully last year. Now Mitchington. There's plenty of red shirts around, and Kuczynski with a very heavy touch, which in the end, Altona make a meal of.
Yeah, ran out of pitch there. Unfortunately, it's quite tight down this area. Going to need to look to get out of there and try and switch play a little bit more often. Hume getting a lot of numbers across to defend.
It's not often you run out of pitch on this pitch, though. It is probably the biggest one in the NPL.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, plenty of space on here.
So Delic and Hewitt combine well. Delic, can he keep it in? He's done well. Can he find the pass? Back post, fired it in for Marcellus.
Good run from there. Delic, really direct, gets in behind very, very well. Obviously, they're hoping to convert them. Theo's not the tallest at the far post, though. Yeah, so
most of his goals are drilling up and cutting inside and curling it to the top corner to Theo Marcellus. He doesn't get many headed goals, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've seen him many a times on this ground, cut in on his right foot and find that far corner of the net. Excellent finisher.
We're getting towards the final quarter of an hour in this game. Hume City, this 1-0 lead. Delic on the ball. Cuts across the ground. Finds Bowler. Can he get a shot away? He can, but it's tamely into the hands of Vitikangas.
Yeah, easy one for the keeper.
Milivanovic and now Mitchington. Stambolziev. And now Lee. They can switch the play with Kobe Bohaney.
Yeah, good bit of play there. Sucked them in, switch play. Managed to move nicely up the pitch.
Kuczynski lays it back to him. How's the cross? It's deflected away. Cut back in, Tennant. Hewitt. He's got
excellent numbers back there, Hume. All midfielders back in the box.
And now it's Marcellus. Trying to fire it up the line. He gets it back again, and in the end it goes out for a Hume City throw. Much to the disgust of the Altona fans in the grandstand. So what's Altona got to change to try to get this goal back in the game? Because since Hume have taken the lead, they've been able to manage the game fairly well so far.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. They're going to have to commit some men further forward at some point. Obviously, you don't want to lose one on the other end while you're doing that. So, and we know how dangerous Hume have been on the counter. I don't think Loz has got too many options off the bench in terms of just changing personnel and fresh legs. So it'll be interesting to see what he does in his last sort of 10 minutes or so. But you've got to think they'll definitely be pushing to get something out of this game. They'll feel like they deserve something.
The options that he does have is a few youngsters, and looks like Trajanovski is warming up for the moment. We'll stay with the play now as Hume City have this free kick. Ball finds its way to Vidikangas. Really got kids on the bench with their injury problems that they have had. Yasin Nur, David Trajanovski, who is warming up, and Davor Trifunovic. Ball cut out. Monahan back to his goalkeeper. Chesky away. Mitchington. Johnny Storcheski. Sambolziev tried to go around the corner. Hewitt gets it back. Ochang and Lazaridis. Hume trying to work it in a very tight area, and they get the throw. Now Altona can make this change. Will be Kuczynski to make way. There's David Trajanovski, who is impressed through the under-20s here at Altona and earned himself a spot on the senior list, and obviously playing 20s most weeks. And with the injuries that they've had, he's been a regular player on the bench of Altona and come off the bench about this time last week.
That's the only one advantage of injuries for the young boys. They do get these opportunities. Obviously playing in the 20s regularly prepares them as best as it can. Bit of a different speed though, so let's hope he's up for that.
We have seen a few youngsters take their chances this year, no more than at Pascoe, where Nick Georgopoulos, who with the injuries with Joseph Youssef, that number 10 role, he's come in and had an excellent season so far.
Yeah, he's done really well, young Nick. A lot of energy, really good on the ball, quite creative. So yeah, he came into the side, and kid's got no fear. It didn't faze him, so yeah, he's had a good impact. And that's kind of what you want from the young players. You want them to come in and put some pressure on the other players, compete for places in the first team, and that's exactly what he's done.
So now here's the Magic. Sanjalo trying to take on the defence, and it goes out for a throw. We do have kick-off between Dandenong Thunder and Oakley Cannons. 8 minutes played, no score. And at 7:30, Kingston and Avondale will play. Ball cleared out for another throw. Goran Lozanovski's trying to encourage his players to lift and really take the game on now. So they haven't really overly committed numbers forward. They've worked it into wide areas, and Hume have been able to match the numbers up and make it very hard to get crosses in.
Yeah, I think there'll still be that fear of the counter attack, and obviously you lose one now, you go land two, then it's nearly over.
Great drive in the box. Just couldn't find a teammate for the cart back. Stambolziev, he's danger when he gets running at defences.
Yeah, good feet there, done excellent to get into that position. Hume had everyone back there. All 10 players there back in their final third.
In the end, I thought he was going to pull the trigger, but in the end, he just slid it across the 6-yard box and nobody was there for the tap-in. Yeah,
he's got an excellent left foot. You think he'd be confident to take the strike on, but he must have seen someone there in a better position.
Ball's given away. Mitchington fights for it. Ochang. Just clears it up the line. And the late challenge on Ochang is penalised.
Yeah, no contact, but obviously pulled it back for intent. Did well there, the fullback.
As Nick Hegarty tries to reorganise his attack. A few times they've played it out from the back and it's just been Altona white shirts, so a little bit more organisation. It looks like he's sent Theo Marcalis a little bit more central. It's Delic and Lazaridis, some of the more wide players.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to get some information onto his players. They're not happy with where they were, their starting positions. But breaking the game's been able to give them the opportunity to do that.
Swear's ball is cut out. Now Lee. Sanjalel's going to chase after this one and gets the ball back off. Wilson cuts it back. Heavy touch in the box. Shouts for a penalty from...
Just seems to lose control of it there in that last moment.
Ruthven puts it back in. Jalal tried to first time volley it back in the box, and in the end it goes out wide. Marco Delic finds Bowler.
Does well there, the young lad.
Now Delic, just too many Altona numbers and they get it back. In the end the pass misses the players and Sweet away. Now Tennant just volleys it clear. Be out for a throw at the grandstand. So Altona have lifted the intensity as they look to try to get a late equaliser in this game. Hume City with the second best defensive record in the league. Only conceding 18 goals so far this season. Ball thrown in. Gelo. Now the chance to cross it in. Michael Weir gets there. Just a little bit too close to Big Mike.
Yeah, they did well there, Mike. Read it early, came out, comfortable catch, takes the pressure off your team. Nothing better than a goalkeeper coming out and taking crosses. He's a big boy. Easy for him to reach everything.
As Altona now have to defend as Ochang. Hume get the throw. Hume City's had an excellent home record so far this season.
Yeah, really important to have a good home record in this league. Make your home your fortress.
So far, excluding today, 7 games, 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Heidelberg the only side to win here, and Hume City were the first side to take points off Avondale. And they spent a good chunk of that game with 10 men too, so a really strong home record, and Altona looking to be the third side to take points off them. Yeah,
I think it's a difficult place to come. I said it's a really large pitch. You need to be extremely fit to be able to get around for 90 minutes, and which Hume clearly are. So obviously a lot of the counter attack's a long way from the goal. Need that speed for people to get forward, get in dangerous positions.
It's Michael Weir passes from the back. Paul Wilson slides it out to Sweet, and now they look for Delic. Almazi with a great header. And then the slip happens. And now Hume through Bowler. Hewitt tries to go around Storchevsky. Referee waves it on. Get up, boys. Levanovic.
Yeah, he's surrounded by 3 defenders there. Not much you can do with that. Had limited options.
Now Lazaridis. Marcalis. In the end has to go back to Hewitt. Just clips it over to Ben Bowler. Hasn't got much support in front of him. But in the end he's done well to get the throw. Hume are managing this game, as I said, fairly well so far.
He's done well, Ben Bowler, moving into the channels, trying to create overloads. He's done it a lot when the boys had the ball at the back, moving into his right back positions, allowing his full back to move forward, giving his teams options at all times.
Now Marco Delic. In the end, Lee comes across and wins it back. Clips it for Stambolziev. Excellent pass from Lee. And now they clip it forward. Monahan heads it away. Reuven. He's got Mitchington short, decides to go back. Almazi seems to have pushed forward as well. Stambolziev. As Hume are dropping to the edge of their box.
Yeah, defending well here, Hume. Got a lot of numbers behind the ball.
Now Reuven, can he pick the right pass? In the end, Ochang cuts it out. Lazaridis trying to shield it, no foul given. Hassan Jalal continues. Quick feet at the edge of the box and Tennant gets it clear.
Yeah, again ran into 3 or 4 Hume defenders.
Milovanovic in the end tries to shoot from distance and Lee was offside. It almost fell back to him.
Yeah, unfortunately he's offside. They're quite ambitious to shoot from that range. Maybe a sign of frustration.
Seems like we got goals flying into the other game. Dandenong Thunder 1, Oakley Cannons 1. With goals in the 10th and 11th minute. We're currently at the 15th minute. It's one of 2 games you can switch over to after the conclusion of this one, of course. As Altona pressing to get this late equaliser, and Hume City looking to have a last minute, their 3rd substitution of the game. Umut Buzdugan is the one warming up. The change won't be made yet. Reuven. It's a poor pass from him. And you think that Hume will probably wait to the 90th minute to make that substitution?
Yeah, I'm sure trying to slow the game down. Obviously young Umut comes on, gives him fresh legs, got excellent work rate, good technique. He's bulked up in size from when I was here. He was just a young lad then, and he's obviously forced his way into the first team, so there'll be no rush to make this sub.
As Lazaridis, who now moves his way, set up the goal in this game with an excellent cross to Hewitt. So Lazaridis with Ursin Kaya been unavailable the last few weeks, and in fact we've found out that Ursin Kaya has gone to Sydenham too, so ball forward. Oh, here's a chance for Hume City to finish it, and they do. Marco Delic with the goal, and Hume City get the late goal that will give them the 3 points here at ABD Stadium. Vitakangas got a hand to it, but in the end it's Marco Delic, and Hume City go 2-0 up late in this game.
Yeah, it came on, had an impact. He's been very direct, tried to get at people, ran in behind, and yeah, obviously got his rewards there.
Number 19, Marco Delic!
So Marco Delic with the 2nd Hume goal. They're going to record a victory against Altona. And as we said, the more numbers that Altona will commit forward late in this game still opens it up for the dangerous counter-attacking football of Hume. But in the end, that was a pretty simple flick on, and
yeah, quite a straightforward one. They'll be disappointed with that magic. They would like to give themselves a bit of a fighting chance in these last 3 or 4 minutes that they look like they're going to put up on the board. Anything can happen then, obviously, but they've got that cushion now, Hume.
As well as said that Altona have defended in this game. That is the 3rd one-on-one that they've let through in this game, which at this level is just, you just can't let that happen.
Yeah, they'll be looking at that in the review. Obviously, like you said, they've had a lot of changes at the back there, so sometimes it's a communication thing. You know, knowing your role, what's expected of you. They'll be disappointed to give those opportunities away.
Vitakangas has made some big saves in this game, but had to pick the ball out of his net for a 2nd time on his birthday, as we've been told as well, so I guess that's a good thing of a Saturday 5:30. You still got plenty of time to enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Yeah, there's still time to go out and drown your sorrows, or well, obviously celebrate your birthday, but not the result.
As Hume get ready to throw it back in. See that the board will have 4 minutes of stoppage time. And the ball goes out for a throw. The Magic will take.
Been a little bit sloppy there at the back on that left side, Hume. Couple of sloppy touches and a few sloppy clearances.
Now, John Storcheski. Lee. Once again, they're just struggling to break down this Hume defence with all numbers behind the ball now. Bowler pulled out of that challenge. Luckily he did. Stan Balziev will get it back. Bahini. So Jesse goes from range, and it was always going to be travelling over the top. As Michael Weir looks ready to record, I think it'll be the 6th clean sheet this season for Hume City. And Michael Weir is just taking his time to go collect that ball.
Yeah, it's an excellent record at the back there from Hume defensively.
He's been an excellent signing since coming down from Queensland as a teenager.
Yeah, I think people forget how young he still is. I think only 22. Obviously, he's stacked up loads of first-team appearances for a keeper of his age, so, and still plenty of time to improve. So it'll be interesting to see how high he can go.
He has been named NPL Goalkeeper of the Year in the past as well.
Yeah, I think with this many clean sheets, he could be in for it again.
Now it's Lee. Sanjalal can't control it. Now Lee's got another chance. Skips past Tennant, and Tennant left the foot in. And Hayden Tennant's going to get a yellow card. It's been Ben Bowler, who's happy for a naughty challenge himself as well. Gave the youngster a tap on the back and said, "Well done, son, get in."
Yeah, I don't think he has any worries with that, Hayden. He definitely doesn't shy of a tackle, but again, not the ideal 2-0 up, picking up another book in.
Dangerous ball in. Milovanovic is once again the target. It evades him as he was in a bit of a tangle with Monahan.
Yeah, good delivery again. The delivery's been fairly consistent there from Ruthen. In good areas, causing trouble. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to capitalise on any of that good delivery.
As we look ahead for the road ahead for both sides, Hume City will be back in action. I believe it is Tuesday night versus Oakley Cannons in the FFA Cup to get back on the national stage again. So both sides, Oakley and Hume, playing Saturday night. So even break for both sides. But here at ABD Stadium, what are your thoughts, and who do you think will go well in that one?
You never know in these games. I think Oakley are a very dangerous team, got a lot of good players, and on their day they can be anybody. So obviously Hume will be the favourites as they're in form at the moment. But yeah, you never know what can happen on those nights.
And the other times that Hume City have gotten to the national stages, they've been somewhat fortunate with a fairly comfortable draw on the way through, but this time they've knocked out Bentley Greens, Heidelberg, and they'll have to go through Oakley Cannons to get there again.
Yeah, definitely not an easy run. They've knocked off some excellent teams there, obviously. But the cup is something this club does very well. They've obviously had some really good runs in the past, going back over the years, so they'll look to keep that going.
And Altona will get a home game against Dandenong Thunder before they have their cup game against Moreland Zebras. So Altona, the big opportunity to climb up the leagues in recent years and get to the national stage. It's been quite an incredible rise, considering even they've had a lot of injuries this year, but they're still in the finals race of where they're positioned. But
yeah, I think they'll be generally quite happy where they are. Obviously, they'll be a little bit concerned with the injuries, but if you look at where the club's come from in the last 2-3 seasons,
well, here's a chance, Marcellus. Oh, he's put it over the top. That was Marcellus' range as he cuts inside. Sorry to cut you off there, Chicky.
No problem. But yeah, obviously they'll be really happy with how they've moved up the leagues. That's where they think they should be anyway. Obviously, a lot of history at the club. So yeah, they'll be looking to push on and still get that final spot.
As the referee now blows full time here at ABD Stadium, it is a 6th win at home out of 8 games for Hume City, and a 2-0 victory is what they record, with second half goals from Stephen Hewitt and Marco Dalic. Altona did have a few opportunities in this game, but in the end Michael Weir is the one who keeps a clean sheet. And it is Hume City, the rejuvenated Hume City under Nick Hegarty this season, and they go and record another victory and push themselves higher up the league.
Yeah, they'll be extremely happy with the victory tonight, and I think they deserve it. Had the better of the opportunities, definitely. Obviously, the better of the goal scoring opportunities. Played some good football. Magic, not a bad outing for Magic, considering the amount of players they had out and a few new boys in. So there's still positives there for them also, and they'll be looking to bounce back as soon as possible.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us here on the Facebook stream of Hume City versus Altona. We've got a couple of games going on as well, as Dandenong Thunder and Oakley Cannons are playing, so you can switch over to that stream now. Also Avondale versus Kingston not too far away. So to keep up with NPL Victoria, always look at our YouTube and Facebook pages, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your night. My name's Chris Gleeson. Thank you, David Chick, for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.